fighter, but the words on the back of his trainer's shirt speak volumes. Del Lionheart Bryan, a southpaw who produced what was then a huge upset early in 1991, winning the British welterweight title from Kirkland Lang. Bryan took that on points. He got there as much by sheer guts as anything. He made one successful defence, beating Mickey Hughes at the York Hall, but then lost the title again on points to Scotland's Gary Jacobs in Glasgow 3 months before this contest with Darren Dyer. So Bryan, with a record of 24 wins, 9 defeats, 1 draw, in a pro career dating back to 1986, knew a win was important. Darren Dyer also turned pro back in 1986. Actually suffered an early points defeat in a 6-rounder against Bryan, but he comes into this having won 13 out of 14 of his previous contests, a man on a roll and with burning ambition.
Sponsored by the Daily Mirror and the Sunday Mirror, a special 10 3-minute round welterweight contest at the official weight of 10 stone 7. This is an unofficial final eliminator for the British welterweight title. Your referee for the contest is Roy Francis and your timekeeper, Ray Rice. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing to you in the red corner with the gold and the red shorts from Nottingham, Del Bryan. And his opponent in the blue corner with the black shorts from Islington, Darren Dyer. But the weigh-in at the Queen's Hotel at noon today, Del Bryan scale 10 stone 7, Darren Dyer 10 stone 6 pounds. I thank you.
We'll join our commentators now, Jim McDonnell and David Brenner.
Del Bryan in the gold, got Wally Swift in his corner, former British welterweight and middleweight champion. I think that those are Del Bryan's boots. I think he must be afraid of someone nicking his car or something. I've never seen that before.
Just an interesting point I'd like to point out before this contest goes. Darren Dyer had 84 amateur contests, of which he lost 4. He reversed all 4 11 decisions. As a pro, he reversed one of his setbacks against Kelvin Mortimer. And Del Bryan holds a victory earlier on in his career over Darren, and Darren's looking to level a score tonight.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago, over 5 years ago, in January '87 when they met over 6 rounds.
You know, there's a myth about Darren Dyer's chin. You know, Darren has only been stopped as a professional by Mason Eyre, who was a big banger who boxed Simon Brown and Mortimer. He reversed the Mortimer one, and it's a myth that should be eliminated because, you know, Darren's a good explosive puncher and a good solid professional.
So, Bryan in gold, Dyer in black, and we know that Dyer is an explosive puncher, and we know that Bryan is a very, very crafty character. He's a southpaw too, you'll have noticed that immediately.
I know Darren's hungered for this fight day for absolutely ages. He's always wanted to get revenge over Del Bryan. He really is a right hand.
Oh, now, let's just cool it, lads. Let's just cool it.
There's an indication of the power that Dyer possesses, because that was a right hand. And Del Bryan really needs to get on the move. He doesn't want to mix it with Dyer. Trying to come back now.
Oh, another good right from Dyer. And Bryan's knees wobbled.
There's blood somewhere. Dyer's been cut, I'm sure.
Dyer cut, right eye, round 1.
We remember what happened with Mickey Hughes with Del Bryan. He picks up on the camera that it was clash of heads. We don't know if this one was, but Darren's obviously shocked by it. He's looking to see where the blood is.
It's a vertical cut on the right eyebrow.
I think it's actually on the forehead. The Dyer's looking to end things here and now. The power that Dyer possesses is there for all to see.
Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Jimmy Tibbs and Dean Powell getting ready to deal with the cut in the Dyer corner. That was a left. No count. The left did go in.
I really hope that Darren say that eye holds up, because
it looks bad. It does look bad. The Bryan head, I've got to admit, is a little bit free and easy.
Yeah, Mickey Hughes was absolutely furious and stated that he was butted. And I don't know what Darren's views will be, but he won't be too pleased, I'm sure.
Got caught with a right. Good right from Bryan.
Oh, Bryan's a craftsman. Don't worry about that.
I don't.
I'd just like this round to end nice and early for Darren's sake, and let Jimmy Tibbs go to work on that cut. Darren's been caught by a good shot there himself. Let's not forget, Dave, Del Bryan's former British champion.
Absolutely right.
Experienced campaigner, and already holds a victory over Dyer.
Good fighter, let's make no bones about it. Good opening round.
Absolutely brilliant.
Dyer started it well. Bryan came back with some heavy shots at the end. At the end of that round, Jimmy Tibbs exploded into the ring. You can see the cut there. As I said, it's a vertical cut on the right eyebrow.
Couldn't have a better man working on it, that's for sure.
No, he's a terrific cuts man, Jimmy Tibbs. Wally Swift working in the Bryan corner.
How did you score the opening round, Dave, out of interest?
I scored it dead level. As I said, the first part of the round was Dyer's, the second part was Bryan's, for my money. Roy Francis just walking over, telling him to cool it.
You can pick the action up here, and you can see Dyer all
That's
the time.
That's a clash of heads.
There's a clash of heads for sure. Darren trying to unload with a power shot, and that was a good right hand that caught and dipped the legs of Del Bryan, no question. So Dyer can certainly hurt Bryan.
Now let's see, it looks as though Jimmy Tibbs and Dean Powell have done a pretty good job on that cut. Round 2, Dyer in black, Bryan in gold, scheduled for 10.
Darren, as I've stated before, his facially looks like Joe Frazier. He bobs and weaves and punches with similar power, particularly for a welterweight.
This is a war.
Absolutely. This is what Dyer wants. He wants Del Bryan to stand toe-to-toe, and Del's obliging. He's obviously going to try and open that cut up.
He has.
That's experience. He's gone in there and he's roughed it up right at the start of the round.
Right back, both of you.
Darren needs to stay tight. You know, Del Bryan's not known as a big puncher, but he's certainly found plenty of them. He looks sharp, Bryan.
They both do. Bryan is fighting a good fight.
Darren,
I think the ferocity of Bryan's attack has taken Bryan aback a little bit.
Jimmy Tibbs has done a good job on that eye, because thankfully it looks like it's holding up, Dave.
It would be an awful shame of this fight, which is developing into a classic at-to-end on cuts.
It really is.
Once again, Bryan is hurt, forced to hold.
And it needs a good referee like Roy Francis to keep it in control.
The crowd have woken up for this one.
This has got the ingredients for a classic.
Yeah, this is a welterweight contest right out of the top drawer, this one. Impossible to predict. Cuts open again.
What a pace.
Every time Dyer lands that right, Bryan wobbles a little bit. How many, I wonder, can he take?
I can tell you, Darren only needs one clean shot at the target, and he's capable of pulling it out. Darren's squinting out of his right eye.
Yeah, that eye's looking not so good. Dyer has got to keep his composure somehow. Oh,
Good right. And Del Bryan's in trouble now.
Down the right hand.
Cracking shot.
No count, straight up. Is this wise? There's the bell.
That's what you get for mixing it with a puncher. And both fighters, even at the end of that round, spitting insults at one another.
Well now. Well now.
I just hope Darren's eye holds up. Because,
Bryan's still looking a little bit shaky. Take a look at it again, Jimmy.
just see there, they're swapping shots. Del Bryan mixing it with a big banger. And there's Darren's right hand. He's landed a little bit high. But bang, he lets the uppercut go, then the right hand again. And down goes Bryan.
From another angle.
You know, to mix it with a puncher like Darren Dyer is absolutely suicidal. And if Del Bryan continues to do so, that's how he's going to end up.
Once again, Dean Powell, Jimmy Tibbs working overtime on that cut. They've patched it up again. Wally Swift's done a good revival job on Del Bryan. Round 3.
I think Del Bryan will probably try his last minute tactics and try and open the eye out as early as possible. He's going to rough Darren out of it, but it could be his undoing. There you see him trying to get a little bit unorthodox, and Darren looking to land a big bomb. He knows he's got the power to hurt Del Bryan.
Holding on to him.
No love lost between these two. Good shots again from Dyer.
Bryan trying to do a little bit of showboating.
I don't think this is the moment or the time.
No, you can say that again.
When he throws shots and sticks to his boxing, he looks the part. That was a good shot
Good
from
left,
Bryan.
yes.
Cracking left uppercut. That may have shook Darren up a little bit.
Roy Francis doing a good job.
Good shot.
Right hand.
And
down.
Del Bryan's felt the full power now. He's in big trouble. I'm sure Dyer can end it now. This is where Dyer's good. He's had people in this position before.
Yes, he is a good finisher.
And he don't normally let you off the hook. There's a little nod there to the corner from Del Bryan. It doesn't say he's too pleased about things. I'm not so sure I would be if I'd been on the floor.
And now
Dyer
Bryan bleeding heavily from the nose.
Full credit to Del Bryan. His game is a Bible. He's still trying to throw punches back, even though he's obviously in dire straits at the moment.
Dyer's eye bleeding again.
One shot from Dyer could end it now.
Question the wisdom of Bryan bouncing straight up.
He's in big trouble though. He's trying to con his way out of it. One good shot will do it.
Here comes Dyer again. Back comes Bryan. What a good fight this is. Dyer scowls at him.
He's a master of survival. He's been hurt by the body shots as well.
Roy Francis tells Bryan to watch the head.
This Dyer's a powerful man.
You said it. This is a war.
With either hand as well. Darren can hit with a left hook or the right hand. And Del Bryan certainly knows that more than anyone.
Yeah, we saw Darren Dyer take Robert Wright out with a left hook. He dumped Bryan with a right. So the power is there in either hand.
There's no power there, or so it seems anyway, from Del Bryan now. But I just wonder how much Darren's taken out of himself. He really has fired everything into it.
We've had 3 pulsating rounds in this top-of-the-bill contest between Darren Dyer and Del Bryan. Let's take a look at the knockdown again.
You know, you can see Darren there gets caught himself by a good shot from Del Bryan, and Darren comes back with a clumping right hook and deposits Del Bryan on the seat of his bum.
Well, we've had Bryan down in the second, down in the third. I wonder how much punishment he can take. This is scheduled for 10, remember. Dyer in black and Bryan in gold. That was a little low from Dyer.
Del Bryan coming back with bombs of his own. One thing I will say, you know, Darren's put so much into the early rounds with every single shot, and they're the type of punches that do make you go tired.
The right hurt Bryan again.
Oh, you know, Del Bryan, he's too game for his own good in some respects. He just comes out and stands toe-to-toe with the bomber. know, Dell's an ex-British champion, obviously knows exactly what he's doing.
Another right, another knockdown. Up at 4. Roy Francis has a look. Box on.
Oh, the big shot that time.
Dyer looking for the big finish.
Darren just taking his time now, not going crazy. Knows Del Bryan's shrewd.
And Bryan came back with a couple of good shots then.
You can't question Del Bryan's heart.
Oof.
Sad again for me. Woo.
Midway through round 4.
Even though Darren shook him up, he's still taking his time, looking to land the payoff shots without going crazy and missing with half a dozen. What a hot pace.
Couple of good shots getting through from the former champion, Del Bryan. And Darren Dyer must be wondering what he's got to do to put him down and keep him down. Can him down in this round, the third round, the second round, each time. Bryan has bounced up, but he's in trouble again.
The power from Darren Dyer is absolutely phenomenal. When he lands, it really shakes Del Bryan down to his boots. Maybe a good ploy for Darren to work the body and...
Bryan getting a little careless. Roy Francis dives between them. Dyer is implacable. Well, once again, another cracking round for Darren Dyer. Third successive round that Del Bryan here has visited the canvas. The ice bag, back of the neck, Wally Swift working overtime.
Now, from Del Bryan's point of view now, he's got to start thinking about how he's going to win the contest. If he isn't going to win on a cut, he's not known as a big puncher. He's got to start thinking about clocking out some points, because Dyer really is, at this present moment in time, in the driving seat.
Well, of the 16 wins in Dyer's career, 15 have come inside the distance. That gives you an idea of the man's power. And this will give you another idea of the man's power.
This is Dyer's power, you know. He just takes one shot. He's here looking for that moment. And that was more on the side of the head, but it really goes right through people.
Contrast the percentage of stoppages on Dyer's record to Del Bryan's 24 wins, but only 6 by the short route. Round 5. Del Bryan, former welterweight champion of Great Britain, in gold, and Darren Dyer in black. This is the main event, and quite rightly so. It has lived up
Good
to
shots
all
from
our expectations.
the former British champion there, Dave. He come back. And Dyer trying to land the old equaliser yet again. But they were good quality shots from Del Bryan that time.
Well, we know that Dyer can be knocked out. Jorge Masonet did it.
Mind you, he was a real known puncher who'd also fought Simon Brown.
On the ropes, right above our commentary point now. Back in the red corner, that's Bryan's corner.
I don't know if he's been thinking about pacing it out in his own mind, Del Bryan, because he started this round very positively, getting his boxing together, and started thinking about clocking out a few points, because he's landing some good scoring shots in the opening minute of this 5th round.
If you're wondering what the funny red writing is, incidentally, on Del Bryan's shorts, he wears Thai kickboxing shorts. And
good body shots from Dyer. That's what I'd like to see him do more of. Bend the body shots in. As they say, kill the body and the head must fall.
oh, that was a good right from Bryan.
Dyer's in trouble now, or is he? He's Certainly shook him.
Yes, he's holding. Good round this for Bryan.
Yeah, it's been his best round of the whole contest. Dyer will look to come back one of them bombs. This has been a good round from Bryan.
Yes, this has been his best round of the contest so far.
Picked his punches and been effective. He seems to have shook Darren up a little bit. Darren needs to keep his chin tucked in because Bryan's becoming ambitious. And swings could become very dangerous.
Minute to go in round 5.
I just wonder if the amount of effort Darren's put in has made him go a little bit tired, because he really has thrown some bombs. It's been a hectic pace. Maybe Darren's having a semi-breather.
Bryan is making him chase him. Blood pouring from Bryan's nose now.
It's been a tremendous welterweight scrap. Absolutely superb. To give that round to Bryan.
Yes, I agree with that, Jim.
Full credit to Bryan. He's just lost his British Championship and he's come back in a real credible fight. There you see Dyer on the receiving end from the former champion, Bryan, who, as I said to you earlier, had his best round of the fight without any shadow of a doubt in that last one.
Well, you can see that writing I told you about on Bryan's shorts, Thai kickboxing shorts. An inscription in Thai. There we are. No meaning that I can tell you. In fact, they've also got little pockets to them that you don't get on boxing trunks.
Well, as it's a 10-round contest, here comes the second half of it. I just wonder how much both boys have taken out of one another. Darren through trying to land a knockout shot, and Bryan through his visits to the canvas.
Yes,
only time will tell.
Let's remind you that Bryan has been down in the second and the third and the fourth. But he's coming back strongly now. He had a good round last round.
That's what I was saying to you. I just wonder if he's pacing it out a little bit, waiting for the second half and thinking of a distance job. And now starting to turn the heat on.
And you can see Dyer thinking, hang on a minute, I've had this guy down 3 times, he shouldn't be here.
I know Darren's in tremendous condition. He's worked very, very hard. I'm sure he'll meet fire with fire. And he knows this is a scalp he wants desperately. So I see Darren keep his chin tucked in a little bit. He's leaving it hanging out to dry a little bit.
Roy Francis once again rises his way between them. Gives Dyer a little wigging for not breaking, and the break was called. Another good round for Bryan, this.
Yeah,
he's caught Dyer with a left hand. Jimmy Tibbs now looking anxious in the Dyer corner.
Bryan using all the old professional tactics as well at close quarters. He's shoved the heel of his glove into Dyer's eyes, and he's obviously he's determined to win. Bryan, he wants to get back on the title picture. I think Darren's switched off a little bit. I don't know if he's just sucking up and thinking of the distance himself a little bit. He's certainly not trying to land knockout shots as he was earlier in the contest.
Well, you know, I've got to tell you, Jimmy, that Darren Dyer has never gone further than 6 rounds in his pro career.
He's taking shots, Darren, and this is another good round for Bryan.
Absolutely.
Could it come down to the fight with the greatest stamina? What a battle.
Well, this is a contender for one of our fights of the year. Absolutely. Another good round for Bryan.
I know Darren, through Jimmy Tibbs and Dean Powell in the corner, will be in tremendous shape, and I know he's really got a new attitude and really wants to get amongst the top boys, but you know, he's got 4 rounds to go, and this fight really is hanging in the balance, Dave.
Well, by virtue of his cracking start, I've still got Dyer a couple of rounds in front.
But Bryan's looking strong at the moment.
You said it.
Just hope Darren's got plenty of gas left.
Well, at this stage in a fight, when you've never gone beyond 6, you start finding out things about yourself that you can go 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 if the occasion demands. Bryan's done it before, he knows he can.
Now, we always know Darren can change things with one shot. It'll always be dangerous, particularly if Bryan elects to trade. But Bryan seems to have settled into a pattern that suits him now. He seems to have found his game plan. He's coming in quick bursts and tying Dyer up at close quarters, which one must say is a good tactic.
Once again, a little word from Roy Francis to Bryan to watch the head.
Darren bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving, trying to keep clear of the barrage of punches that Bryan's letting go with.
The accuracy of Bryan's shots is something to behold. Superb.
Good cracking shot from...
Got him again.
Darren Dyer that time, left hook, and it shot Bryan to his heels. You know,
Jimmy Tibbs waves Dyer in.
He really... He's got to push himself through this pain barrier now. But every time he lands, he has the former British champion in big trouble. You know, Darren's never been a 10-round trip before.
No, he has not.
Let's not forget Bryan's last fight was a 12-rounder, and to him, he'll look at it as a routine distance.
That was a wrestle. No knockdowns. No knockdowns at all.
Bryan still pulling out good quality shots.
But in taking the fight to Dyer, maybe in danger of leaving himself open a little bit. He's been tagged a couple of times in this round.
I'm surprised he takes such crazy risks against a known puncher like Dyer. And you see Bryan sitting on his stall there now, Dave. He knows there's 3 rounds to go, and he must know that the fight's pretty level pegging at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I've got Dyer a notch in front, but it's no more than that.
Darren really needs to dig deep now and really put his foot on the accelerator and get back in the driving seat and come the commander, because that's what he's going to need to do to make sure he wins this contest. Let's see Darren here banging away at close quarters, misses with the uppercut, and Bryan, there you see it, gets nailed with his left hook, bang, that's the one that shakes him up.
But he's such a cagey old pro, he gets tagged. His first automatic instinct is to grab on somehow. 3 rounds to go at the Crystal Palace on this Screen Sport Pro Box presentation. Darren Dyer in black and Bryan in gold. This is the main event of the evening, and boy, has it lived up to all our hopes.
And more. throwing quality shots, Bryan.
They both are.
Oh,
I mean, this is boxing right out of the top drawer, this.
quality stuff. Now Bryan doing the right thing now, sticking to his boxing, keeping on the move, trying to rattle off points with a jab. And Darren, as he's often been in the past, the hunter, looking to break him down and land the payoff shot. I don't know how Darren's feeling. I'd just like to see him increase his work rate a little bit.
Well, Bryan has ground his way back into this contest by sheer skill and determination.
And persistence.
Absolutely. That right eye is holding up very well. Team Powell's Jimmy Tibbs have done a wonderful job in the Dyer corner. And Wally Swift hasn't done a bad job either on the motivational front for his man.
And something's kept him in it, because at one stage it was a foregone conclusion, really. And here we are in the later stages of the fight, and it's up for grabs. Who wants it more? Who wants to dig that a little bit deeper? Who's in the better condition? All these questions will now be answered. Morris Francis has done well to stay in command, because there's a lot of ill feeling crept into this contest between these two gladiators.
Yeah, Dyer was convinced the cut was caused by a butt. Down he goes. Down goes Bryan again, just briefly, but he was down.
Shows out to his corner, indication that he's okay. But he's been on the canvas now, Dave, I think 4 times.
That was the 4th. But you see what I mean? He gets tagged and he
Good
grabs.
uppercut from Dyer again. Now Darren switching up the gears.
Bryan hurt, he grabs. Automatic instinct.
Both fighters glad of the respite as they leaned on one another there. Another great round. This is when fighters will be well pleased they've done their road work and everything else that goes to get you in this type of shape. What a pace.
Well, you can see Jimmy Tibbs. That's his left hand there. Dean Powell in with him. Wally Swift plugging the injury that Bryan suffered to his nose.
Here you see both fighters trading shots, 1 for 1. And remember, Dyer being the power blaster that he is, he only takes 1 shot to get through, and when it lands, just watch the effect. There it is, a short right hand on the side of the head in mid-exchange of Bryan's crossfire. And down he went for the 4th time in the contest. And yet the fight's still in the balance.
You would not think, would you, that in any contest where one man has been down 4 times, the bout would still be wide open, but it is. Round 9.
We've had 8 rounds of absolute tremendous action. Good shots from Bryan that time. Back comes Dyer with the shots of ease.
Dyer looks to have overcome the little mid-fight crisis that he had.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Darren seems to have found a new breath of fresh air. It's his 2nd wind, or whatever the case may be. But that's absolutely right, David. I'd just like to see Darren step up his pace now. Just start putting the shots together, keep the pressure on, and just let them go.
You get the feeling now that Bryan might be there for the taking.
Yes, this is good signs for Darren Dyer. Bryan, the desperation, the desperado, call it what you will, now set in, and Dyer has seen it. Because
all of a sudden, Bryan has stopped coming forward, and he's backpedaling, holding and spoiling a little bit. And maybe that little gamble has not come off.
I was stating earlier who wants it more. I've always known how bad Darren Dyer's wanted it, and now it's showing. He's really pushing himself beyond the call of duty, really, because he knows that this fight's in the balance, and he desperately wants to win.
Midway through round 9, And suddenly, Bryan is looking a tired fighter.
Darren's got to keep the pressure on. Just keep it going. Keep flowing. That's what's going to win in this contest now. Constant pressure. Don't let the guy rest.
And once again, Dyer remorseless in his attack. Bryan now looking so tired.
At one stage I thought it was Darren who looked the tired one.
Yes, you're right.
How the tables can turn. I wonder just how much them knockdowns, have taken out of Del Bryan.
Oh, they must have taken a lot, Jim.
And he's taken shots that Darren Dyer hits you with.
This, for me,
Still being there.
perhaps could be the turning point of the fight. This sounds crazy to say in the 9th round of a 10-round fight this could be the turning point, but it's been such a wildly fluctuating battle. But suddenly an awful lot of the snap and the spring has gone out of Del Bryan now.
He's still trying to be cagey and land sucker punches as Dyer attempts to force the pace. But another round for Dyer for me.
Yes, very clearly that time.
Just his persistence and his pressure, his dogmatic determination not to be defeated, put that round in the winning column. But Jimmy Tibbs and Dean will be pumping Darren up now for 3 minutes of non-stop constant pressure just to make sure, because it's...
And Wally Swift, as we saw there, doing the same with Del Bryan. This has been an all-time classic.
It's one of the best ones I've ever had the privilege to commentate on. I'm sure both boys are going to want to pull it out in the last round. They've got both feel it's very close. Even though we've got Darren in front, when you're in there, you don't know how it's being scored.
There's no doubt that Bryan had a very good patch in the middle of this contest.
He had 3 rounds back-to-back where he really did.
Yeah, but again, you've got to bear in mind that he has visited the canvas on 4 occasions.
Darren still looks so strong, Dave. Punching-wise, power still there. In the 10th and last round. Credit to his fitness.
Both boys are clearly feeling the pace now. This will be a tremendous win, lose or draw, a tremendous psychological boost for Darren Dyer. The first time he's ever had to go more than 6 rounds. It is going to go 10, and this will be a super psychological boost for him to know that he can do 10.
This could be the makings of Darren Dyer, because you've hit the nail on the head. It answers so many questions in his own mind about his own staying power. He knows he can knock them out. Now he knows he can go 10 hard rounds, and these have been hard rounds.
And let's not forget he was cut very early. He's fought under that handicap for the lion's share of this contest.
Let's give credit to his corner. They've done a good job keeping it in good stead.
And while we're handing out the
tremendous
congratulations, we've got to congratulate Del Bryan, who has got off the canvas 4 times, come back, taken the fight to Dyer, and at times had him in real trouble.
And after just losing his British title, he certainly hasn't looked for the easy way back in taking on Dyer, of all people.
Oh, absolutely. Minute left of this tremendous welterweight contest.
I'm sure the crowd will respond to this one. It deserves a standing ovation. If Nobbins was still around, it'd also get the Nobbins. It's been a great battle.
Both boys are really spent now.
Good right hand. And that may have ended the contest.
Right out of nothing.
He's trying to get out, but he's not going to beat the count. The referee's going to stop it.
It's over. A 10th round knockout.
Unbelievable. To have the power at that stage of the contest, and I've stated all along Del Bryan's crazy to mix it with Dyer, and now he's found out why.
Oh, what a finish by Darren Dyer.
You've got to feel for Del Bryan, though, Dave, after putting up such a resilient performance as that, to end it by being knocked out after already beating the count 4 times.
But what power in the 10th round. What a a finish. Here's the knockdown again, Jimmy.
Let's just see this shot. Both fighters trading, which is a crazy thing to do against the fighter of Dyer's known power. And there's one right hand, and look at the impact that had on Bryan.
Different angle.
So Bryan and there's Darren bobbing and weaving, and there's the right hand.
Right down the
Good
pipe.
shot.